Yes, hello to everybody in Cleveland, including all my disgruntled Cavaliers fans. Welcome to another edition of the Headline Eye, Tuesday, May 26, 2026. May 26, 2026. Welcome to I Have Returned. I am your host, Larry H. Gardner, and the H stands for hell no, I ain't think he's going to get beat that bad. All right, the Human T-Rex on the ones and twos on the DJs, WNRV 108.1.com. First of all, to everybody that's out there, I would like to say I'm glad that everybody made it through safe and sound this Memorial Day. To anybody that was drag racing on Buckeye, y'all need your asses whipped. For real. So stop doing that before you crash into some people. So a friend of mine was driving down as I was, going down Buckeye, just trying to enjoy the sunlight and the moon and the moonrise, and y'all messing it up, revving up your charges and stuff like that. So slow down, like the song by Bobby V said. But I would like to send out some happy birthdays. First of all, happy birthday to one of my bros, Mr. Sultan Jones. Happy birthday to you. Before I get started, as y'all know that I am with New Voices Reproductive Justice. We are having a Cleveland listening session at Camp Forbes. It's called Our Story, Our Power. You can register. The co-facilitated by Shineen Aikemiri and the co-founder of Enlightenment Solutions, and also my girl Shelly Hunt, the mobilization director for New Voices Reproductive Justice. This will be this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. on May 28th, this Thursday, May 28th, before we kick it off really on the summertime tip. Hope everybody had everything happen Memorial Day. Unfortunately, the Memorial Day was ruined by a certain team that lost in the sweep. I'll talk about that later. But first, I would like to get something off my chest as well. When I was on a couple of weeks ago, I did not mention the death of Jason Collins. So he passed on, the first openly gay player that came out. He played 12 seasons. I think most of those was with the Washington Wizards. So he passed away at age 48. Also, hip hop icon Rob Bass also passed away. Found out yesterday. Rest in peace to Rob Bass. And also, that was Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, I attended the memorial service of my friend Alicia Scott Williams, class of 1993, will live on. John Marshall, to her family, especially to her sons, my condolences to her husband and to her sons and to the rest, and to her mom and to the rest of the family, to the Scott Williams family, and to everybody that's mourning her and everything else like that. I would like to give a big shout out to my son Jalen as he is going on to high school. My son Jalen Gardner, he is going on to high school, and he has made the high school band and percussion, the drums. So shout out to my protege, my son Jale to the end, Jalen G. So love you. I'll talk to you later. And of course, Daddy already sent the money. So just going down the frame, I know we had some issues to where that before I get into what happened yesterday with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the New York Knicks, I'm going to get into what's been transpiring in the federal government with this crazy president. I don't like him. I can't stand his ass. Speaking of, I shouldn't have cussed. Shout out to Ebenezer Baptist Church for my Ebenezer Baptist Church pastor Kyle Cummings for a wonderful trip to the regional and down to General Bethel Baptist Church in Canton, Ohio, which we traveled down there Sunday. Shout out to everybody that made the trip. Great service, great singing. I was part of that regional choir. Was thrown in there. Shout out to my cousin Joy for throwing me in there, but it was great. But let's get back to this idiot president that we got. So, besides getting us to an unjust war, despite getting us to and everything else like that, so Trump said that he would drop the $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, if he would give a $2 billion windfall to all the people that that rioted on January 6th, to his buddies, to everybody else, like, to give them a windfall. So it's like, reparations for racism? Is that what we're doing right now? We doing reparations for racism. Meanwhile, gas is up to the wazoo, damn near $5 a gallon. You can't even get a ride to the corner store no more unless you give like $2, $3 up. So, yeah, that's not cool. So, this is corruption at its finest. If Obama would have did half the shit that Trump's doing right now, they probably would have strung him up by whatever body part. And I don't even want to say. But enough about this idiot. We know how corrupt he is. It's better to go to vote. We have a election in November. You know, the primaries is gone. You know, shout out to everybody that won, and I think I did that when that happened. So things of that nature. But let's talk about these Cleveland Cavaliers. First of all, before I even rake them over the coals, I got to give them a shout out because they did beat the number 1 seed in the East, the Detroit Pistons, in 7 games, and then had to do a turnaround and go to New York to face the New York Knicks. That's where the season pretty much ended. Game 1, the Cavaliers had a 22-point lead. New York stormed back in overtime to win it by 10, and then Game 2, it was New York. Game 3 in Cleveland on Saturday, New York, and then yesterday, the Knicks completed the sweep. It was 120-93. It was bad. Okay, now New York. Before we played them, New York had, after they sweep the Philadelphia 70s, first they beat the Atlanta Hawks in 5 games, then they sweep the Sixers, and then they had a 9-game rest while we was fighting with Detroit and Cade Cunningham and all them guys pushing and everything else like that, you know, showing, you know, pretty much getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. We did make a step forward because the Cavaliers didn't get put out in the second round. That's probably why they're trying to keep Kenny Atkinson on for another year. Rumors out of reports from the ESPN, NBA, so they keeping Kenny Atkinson for at least another year. But there's going to be some roster changes. Listen, I understand that some of your shooting legs were tired. Sam Merrill was just non-existent after having a wonderful Game 7 against the Pistons. And then, you know, just coming we knew that the team was going to be tired. They had not only one Game 7 against the Pistons, but another Game 7 before that versus the Toronto Raptors. Meanwhile, the Knicks been chilling like villains ever since May 5th, May 10th. And then now they're going to chill 9 more days at least because the Western Conference Finals, the Spurs and the reigning world champions, the OKC Thunder, are locked in a 2-2 battle. That is going to be played out tonight. So check your local listings and things of that nature. I got to say this about Coach Kenny Atkinson. Analytics don't win your shit. It's wins and losses that do. Stop with the analytic crap. You're trying to make us feel better. It's not working. We, like Cleveland, diehard Cleveland fans, see what's happening here. The Knicks had caught a lightning in a bottle, and they struck our ass, like hard, like really, really bad. Like that 22-point lead in Game 1 after we lost that, after you didn't call a timeout. I don't know what you were saving your timeouts for. Pretty much put us in a position to where we should have got that game in New York, and the series could have been different. Because listen, we can hang. We're like, this is not the team that we can or cannot hang with. And then of course they was putting Jalen Brunson in a pick and roll with James Harden. And listen, James Harden needs rest, relaxation, and strippers. All right, before he goes on to the next series. That's why maybe he looked like he was 80 years old, like Cameron said here on First Take. I mean, they really gave it to us. Like, you know, Charles Barkley said Cavaliers was the meaning of quit, you know, all this other stuff like that. Stephen A. Smith, who's a New York Knicks fan, I'm just going to have to hear his mouth all through the damn finals, like, the Knicks, the mecca of basketball. Like, if you don't shut your big head. All right, listen. Shout out to the New York Knicks. They have not won a title since 1973. They have not been back to the NBA Finals since 1999. So shout out to the New York Knicks for doing what they were supposed to do. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns. I know Spike Lee happy as hell dancing around, and then there was rumors and reports that Fat Joe couldn't get a courtside seat, and I'm like, so the courtside seats were reserved for Cleveland fans. Listen, you're in enemy territory. We just gonna give it to you that easy. Although the Cavs may have laid down, the city of Cleveland, we don't lay down for nobody. Y'all know that. So him and T-Rex could have probably buzzed a couple of open shots. Better than Dean Wade. By the way, Kenny, the first thing you do, and Dan Gilbert and Kobe Altman, the general manager, let Dean Wade go. Don't pay him shit. All right? I don't lie. I like, listen, everybody, well, he's in there for defense. He wasn't defending a damn thing. Jalen Brunson was pushing him away, fading him back on him. Mikal Bridges shooting over his head. Listen, everybody talking about James Harden. At least James Harden can score. Like, he'll put up 15, 16 points. Maybe 20, 25, or facilitate. And I need for Evan Mobley to get into the weight room, because every time you scream A, it seems like you pushing yourself back. You should have been just jumping over people. You tall enough. We got 2 7-footers, and y'all both playing like, listen, Jared Allen, I know that you're supposed to be the glue and the spark plug, and you had a couple of game 7s where you came out like game busters, but I don't know where your heart went when it came to the Knicks, when it came to Karl Anthony Towns. Anunoby was just jamming all over your face. Josh Hart and Shamit coming off the bench. I don't know who this dude is. By the way, screw you, Spike Lee and Danhausen, for putting the curse on us. Miz, you need to take either Danhausen under your wing, or you need to elbow him in the face. Because right now, I don't feel like the Cavaliers been cursed. I don't need nobody been cursed. Shut your Danhausen looking ass up. Looking like the male version of Bewitched or something like that. I don't need you, period. Like, we already had this. By the way, if there's going to be some moves to be made, if there's going to be some other stuff that's going to happen, if there's going to be a Giannis sighting, or maybe a LeBron James sighting, and I know people saying, well, don't put that out there, LeBron's not coming back. We don't know what that man's going to do. I mean, he always plays it coy and cagey. It might be his last year. He might retire. He might come. And LeBron James not going to take a pay cut according to sources and stuff like that. Do you know how many times that LeBron James has fooled everybody in the course of his 20-some-year-odd career? Listen, unless something happens, I don't see them running back with the same squad that they did before. First of all, everybody was pretty much injured. And before anybody blames James Harden for anything, let me just say this. During the time we traded James Harden for Darius Garland, and I like Darius Garland, but James Harden is a bigger body. Yes, even though he was a little bit slower and things of that nature, and Darius probably would have kept up with Jalen Brunson. But the problem is, when we traded Darius Garland, he was injured. When we traded Darius Garland, he was injured. The foot problem. You think if Darius Garland was healthy throughout the course of this particular season that we would have traded him for James Harden? Absolutely not. But he wasn't healthy. And despite all the stuff about James and stuff like that, and he looking old, and he looking 36, he gonna be 37, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, the man is still an elite scorer. Or he'll get to the line. But I don't need the isolation dribbles and six and everything. The Knicks did the one thing that the Cavaliers didn't. They moved the ball around the perimeter. Like everywhere there was like, you move it until there's an open man. You move it to the outside, you move it to the inside, you move it. No hero ball, no ISO ball. Listen, we can't take 6 second dribbles anymore. Like, move the ball, get it out your hands, or don't do anything at all. And the turnovers were just so disgusting. We had the turnover problem in the Toronto series. That's why the Toronto series should have never been 7 games. We should have dispatched them early, which would have gave us some rest. We should have dispatched the Pistons in Game 6 when we had a chance to do that to give us a little bit more rest. The thing about it is like when the best thing about it is you have rest. When you have rest going into a game, then you have a chance to win. Now, we did knock off the number 1 seed in Detroit in a grueling 7-game series, but Detroit also played a 7-game series against the Orlando Magic in the first round. And of course, JB Bickerstaff using Cade Cunningham every which way to Sunday, the usage, the tiredness, and everything else like that. We can't, listen, I understand that people want to blame James Harden, but that's coaching, damn it. That's Kenny Atkinson's fault. Now, will we have a chance to run it back? Yeah, but I don't think we run it back with the same people. I think Dan Gilbert is going to make changes in the lineup. Now, what changes are going to be coming? I don't know. People are saying trade Evan for Giannis. Everybody want to trade everybody. Listen, knee-jerk reactions happened during the loss. I was pissed off as a Cleveland Cavaliers fan because because their play didn't represent the city of Cleveland. We are die-hard, tough as hell, tough as nails. We don't give up. We don't quit like this, period. I will say, however, that when you catch a team with lightning in a bottle like the New York Knicks, then it's hard to beat. When they go on, they go like going on 10, 11 game win streaks. Shout out to Mike Brown, who was the former coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers not once but twice. And now he's going back to the NBA Finals with his second team. And of course, both Mike Brown and Kenny Atkinson did coach with Steve Kerr for Golden State. Mike Brown went to Sacramento. He was let go there. He went to New York. And now he's going to the NBA Finals. He's believing in offense. I'm sure that Tom Thibodeau is right now, the former Knicks coach, is punching the air. So, I'm just going to say this about the whole thing. I think as of right now, we need to stop blaming. It starts with the top down. Some changes have to be made on the coaching staff, and some player personnel has to be taken account for. Everybody has to take account for this loss. Donovan Mitchell has taken account for this loss. James Harden has taken account for his loss in some form or fashion. They are the leaders of this team. I don't know what's going to happen next year. All I know is that, listen, everybody talks about blow it up, just fire everybody, trade everybody, get rid of all the good players, and then start from where? First of all, I understand that, during the course of the game when you seen the Cavaliers just every single time and the Knicks were on fire, it was like NBA Jam. It was like there was nothing. Like everybody looking clueless. Every time they turn around, it was a 3 in the air made, and it was the Knicks. It was like they was doing the right thing like a Spike Lee movie. And he the biggest New York fan. So I am going to make an NBA prediction right about now because the Spurs and the Thunder are in like a deathlock Game of Thrones battle for the West over there. And the Knicks are going to have the same amount of time to rest. Not as much because the NBA Finals start on June 3rd. That they're going to have some rest. And I'm picking the Knicks to win it all. I'm picking the Knicks to win the chip. Here's the reason why. Because rest is wonderful. And you know that you face both the Spurs. You have beaten the Spurs before with Wemby, and you have beaten the Thunder. I don't know if they beat the Thunder or not. It's hard to beat OKC. They got the best record with SGA. But if your guys are not playing well, if they're fighting in a battle, then it's hard to get that rest off. And by the way, Wembanyama ain't afraid of nobody. I mean, of course, there's only so much you can do when somebody's 7'5" and throwing it in from like 5 feet behind the head. I saw one shot in the Western Conference Finals against the OKC Thunder where they threw the ball up to Wemby and Wemby just flipped it, and he just went in, like flipped it behind his head and just went in the basket. And I'm going to say this, I need for my Cleveland Cavaliers to get it together. If y'all going to get Giannis or LeBron or do whatever y'all going to do to make one last run before King James retires, if he does come back or if he doesn't come back or whatever, y'all, the rest of the NBA has to get it together. I'm talking about Thunder, Knicks, Cavaliers, Celtics, Pacers, T-Wolves, Nuggets, because these Spurs are coming. Ron Harper's son, Castle's a beast. And these boys is young. They're like 22, 23, 24. So they gonna be around for a good while. They got and they got some thoroughbreds on their team. I ain't gonna lie. I see they got some thoroughbreds. It's like, why they hanging with the world champs like that? Because they got some thoroughbreds of a 7'5" alien named Wemby. So I don't want to hear. Speaking of stuff that y'all, by the way, this show is sponsored by the people to stop the recall of Mayor Justin Bibb. To stop the recall, and that recall I said was stopped. So it's like shout out to everybody who stopped that recall, period. I don't care how you feel about it. It was just, everybody who wanted the recall is now in hiding or still mad on social media. Y'all can be mad if you want to. I don't really give a damn. So this is for the committee for Mayor Justin Bibb sponsored this show. Thank you very much. I'm going to shout y'all out. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to everybody at Burgess and Burgess. And shout out to that committee. Thank you guys very much. By the way, like I said, Our Story, Our Part, the Cleveland listening session with Chinera Nakiran, the co-founder of Enlightened Solutions, and Shelly Hunt, the mobilization director of New Voices. You can register here, but it will be at Camp Forge. You have until midnight tomorrow to register for this event. It's on my Facebook page. You check your local libraries to see where you can register at. Our Story, Our Part. If you want to get stuff off your chest, please do so. I understand about, speaking of getting stuff off your chest, I will not go locally until I mention this about the Cleveland public. By the way, don't let Vivek Ramaswamy into any sports events that involve Cleveland sports, period. He was there last night. And New York has that new mayor, Vivek Ramaswamy is the Republican MAGA candidate for governor of Ohio. Him and his wife was there. And I think that, and now everybody wanted to lose. If he rooted for the Cavaliers, just... and plus, New York has that new mayor, Zohami, and he's a progressive. So yeah, don't let Ramaswamy, WWE superstar, Danhausen, whatever his name is. Don't let The Miz in anything else because he doesn't want to bother with Danhausen. Don't let any of these people in the Browns games. I don't want to see y'all wearing a Browns jersey, none of that stuff like that. I don't care. Y'all bad luck. Period. Now, I'm going to go into the closing of Collinwood and other school systems to local here in Cleveland. I know that Collinwood had their last graduating class for 2026. Everything was beautiful. I saw the pictures online and everything like that. So shout out to everybody that participated. The proms and stuff are coming up. You got children going off to high school. You got children going off to college. Shout out to everybody that is continuing their higher education from high school graduates. And I don't care where you ranked in your class, you made it. There's a lot of people that didn't make it. So glad that y'all made it. And I'm appreciating the fact that y'all did make it. So shout out to those people that made it. And I understand that people are upset. But you know what I found out? There was 33 graduates in Collinwood. T-Rex. 33 in that graduating class in Collinwood. Everybody else was there to see the school off before it closed down. 33 students.
So we shouldn't be mad that they're closing that school. That school's supposed to hold, 1,800?
1,100.
Okay. I'm going to say more than that.
Right, more than that.
At one point, it was, they had middle school through high school.
Yeah.
Sad, but I'm glad everybody, it seemed like the clubs was packed that was having those parties.
Those parties or graduation parties?
Man.
Oh, yeah. Well,
They was out. They was outside. Ladies was outside.
They was outside.
They was outside.
The mamas and everybody else.
Yeah, shout out to Collinwood. My mama went to Collinwood, and my aunt. They railroaders. And shout out to DJ Johnny O. He a railroader too.
That's what's up.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I understand that, people are upset, but the thing about it is, like, it's open enrollment, and you got 33 graduating. It's sad that it's like that, but you can't blame the school system for redirecting, like, with all those students and teachers and everything else like that.
And the charter schools, blame the charter schools.
Right.
Blame the private schools that's taking that money for the public schools. It's sad.
It is sad. It's just, I'm really, in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, is the simple fact of the matter is that you gotta enroll your children in school. We worrying about too much simple-minded things. Y'all worrying about Clarissa Shields and all the beefs and stuff like that, but y'all not worried about the children being in school. Come on now. There's too many things that are happening, I understand, happening on social media, but the thing about it is you got to make sure that your child in school, and now you got schools closing, and it has to be economically sound. So it is what it is. But, people are mad about when y'all opening up a juvenile detention center. Well, here's the thing. Teaching starts at the house. Teaching starts at home.
Preach.
Teaching starts at home. Teaching starts with y'all, the parents. And I like single parent, daddy out the house, mama out the house or whatever, grandmama there. You can't, if you making these children, you got to raise these children. Period. I understand that y'all want to be upset about a certain amount of things, but the thing about it is, and I'm not just talking about the inner city, urban communities and stuff like that. I'm just talking about everywhere. Period. Because charity has always began at home. And before y'all mouth off about why my school closed, why this, why that, did you make sure that your child went to school? Did you make sure that your child had enough education? Did you make sure your child was even fed right? Like, we have to look, and as a parent, I had to look at that. And my son is 3,000 miles away. I still got to make sure that he goes and gets what he needs to get, have his ceremony or whatever, things of that nature. I ask about his grades all the time. When your report card coming now? When I call him. What you doing in school? You get that grade up that you had? So, and some of y'all don't even, some people don't care about the child, and the child is in your house. Like, the child right there or down the street. And I don't care how many children you have. Make sure they all get together. I don't care if issues, things persist. Make sure the child is getting to the education that they need. Now, as we go into this off season with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I just want to say this. I am proud of them for making an Eastern Conference final. First of all. But the problem with making the Eastern Conference Finals is this. I don't like the way that they play. I don't like my city associated with the word quit. That's like you gave up, like we ain't got, we like you fight until the end, no matter how insurmountable the odds are, because you never know. I don't want to be like the national media calling us quitters and shit like that. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. That bothers me to the core, because I'm not no quitter. If I wasn't a quitter, this would not been my damn near close 10 year on the air for doing these podcasts if I was a quitter. If I was a quitter, I'd just give up. I'm not no damn quitter. Now, there's some things you may have to quit. Alcohol, cigarettes, they bad for you. But as far as quitting something positive, I don't do that. Or competing. I don't I don't quit competing, period. Find a better way to do it. I just don't do that. I don't like it. It bothers me that it would be associated with the city, because we ain't quitters here in the city of Cleveland. We not. It's just the simple fact of the matter is that, you got to like there's a better way to fight back. Build a better mousetrap. Bring in some players that's going. And I need some rough riders. I need somebody to go in there, some playoffs. If they throwing bows, you throw some bows back. I know that's not some of their games in there, but I'm gonna need some people to step up. We did take a step up with Kenny Atkinson. That's why his job is safer now to the Eastern Conference Finals. But in order for us to be championship level team, we got to have the heart and soul to do it. Everybody in the NBA got talent, but the difference between the playoff contenders and the finals contenders is that heart, that drive that you have, that heart of a champion. Right now, the Knicks are on a roll. If they don't be stopped, they're going to be NBA champions. That would justify for us getting our asses whipped last night. All right, we're going to go to break. When I come back, I'm going to talk about, Cheyenne Bryant or Dr. Bryant and these jokes about jokes that were on the Kevin Hart roast. So, all right. We'll be right back on WNRV, Nerve DJs. We're getting on your nerves, the headline eye with Larry H. Gardner.
This is WNRV 108.1.
I won't lie to myself anymore. I know better now than before. Yeah, no more slowing down. I'm ready, I'm just ready to go now. Can't waste another day, I got it figured out. I'd be a fool if I ain't shoot for the stars. I've been down but had no luck. Same mistakes won't have me stuck. I'm taking off on the runway. I've been running for too long, and now I just wanna fly, soar like an eagle, baby. Lately I've been feeling all types of crazy. I need something to free my mind. I just wanna fly, soar like an eagle, baby. Trying to fight the feeling, I can't escape it. Why? I'm ready to touch the sky. I just wanna fly out to the highest point. I'm so tired of hearing all the noise. I got my reasons and I made a choice. Cut the weight off, yeah, now it's steady gone. I could give a fuck 'cause people don't even know. I'm chucking up my deuces, I've been ready to go. Ain't no turning around, I've been running for too long. Now I just wanna fly, soar like an eagle, baby. Lately I've been feeling all types of crazy. I need something to free my mind. I just wanna fly, soar like an eagle, baby. Trying to fight the feeling, I can't escape it. Why? I'm ready to touch the sky. I just wanna break away above the clouds. The sky is clear all around. Been holding back way too long. Now I just wanna fly, soar like an eagle, baby. Lately I've been feeling all types of crazy. I need something to free my mind. I just wanna fly, soar like an eagle, baby. Trying to fight the feeling, I can't escape it. Why? I'm ready to touch the sky. I just wanna fly. I just wanna fly.
This is WNRV 108.1.
What's up? It's your girl, Author Ivy Lee. Tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
Cleveland, this is it. DJ Ellery presents the Cleveland Ultimate White Party, Saturday, July 11th, 2026. This is not just another white party. This is the event everyone has been waiting for and we'll be talking about all summer. And this all takes place at the Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. This is not just another white party. This is the event everyone's been waiting for. Pay attention. A nationally known artist will be announced later. 30 and over only. Majority white attire mandatory. No majority white, no entry, no exceptions, no refunds. Tickets 50 in advance, 60 at the door before 7 p.m. and higher after 7 p.m. 30 $325 two-seat high-top tables includes 2 tickets and 1 bottle of champagne. 10-seat premier exclusive tables includes 10 tickets and 1 bottle of champagne, $750. Early ticket purchase is strongly suggested and highly recommended because when you mention DJ Ellery, the name alone brings the whole city out.
Hey y'all, this is Catherine Danielle and I'm checking in with Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
What do you get when you take 2 witty nerds and 2 of the best pair of hands since Techniques 1200s? Or better yet, Grandma's fried chicken, macaroni and cheese and greens on Sunday after church. Hallelujah! Then for dessert, the dopest blend of classic R&B and hip-hop joints all whipped up in one big sexy mixing bowl. You know what you get? The Party and Bull Show. That's right. Heard 7 days a week. Make sure you check your station for days and times. It ain't what you used to and it's better than what you thought. It's the most unprepared show on the planet. You never know what we gonna say or who's gonna stop by. It's the Party and Bull Show with Dave Tolliver, Tiffany Nicole, DJ Cochise, and DJ Deuce, aka the Final Four. Turn it up in the whip, turn it up loud on Saturday while you cleaning. We the best, and I ain't talking about DJ Khaled. We up and we on. Check your stations for days and times. Party and Bull-ish, cause everybody loves a party, and Bull-ish ain't always bad. Holla, yeah man.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Look out. Rock the house, y'all.
This sequence is repeated several times. Listen to it from a location midway between the loudspeakers.
1, 2, 3, bass.
LL, get funky.
Stereo. Let's have some fun.
Rock the house, y'all.
Can you dig that?
Yeah, man, I can dig it.
All right, we're back on the Headline Eye on Air DJs. That was Lisa, and Cold Jam. Let the beat hit him. Yeah, that was just fly. Remember Lisa, and Cold Jam on one of the full force of when I take you home. You know, back in the 80s and stuff like that. That was 1991. Shout out to my cousin Reggie Brown, his girlfriend Pat, for having me over their house on Memorial Day. You know, I got some stuff and ribs, some chicken and some burgers to rise before the fall of the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday. Listen, hopefully the Cavaliers will be back stronger than ever. They have made the playoffs the last 4 years under Donovan Mitchell. I don't see that, just getting an elevation in the championship. And hopefully we'll get it like we there to get another one. But sometimes, to be honest, it's just not your damn time. It's not your year, not your cheese, not your year, period, point. It's like hopefully the Browns get it together. But I'll keep hope alive as a Cleveland sports fan. And please, all you Pittsburgh people, keep your mouths to yourselves. So I wanted to mention another passing. Shaker Heights, Ohio. The Shaker Heights City School System announced Monday the passing of one of its teachers, Najee Hardaway. He was at Lowmont Elementary School. He died in a car crash. Young, bright African teacher who passed away. So sending condolences from the Nerve DJ's family and from the Headline Eye family to you guys and to everybody in that school system that lost that bright teacher. So when you have that pass away, when you have somebody like that pass away, you want to make sure you give them their flowers, even though they're no longer here. And also give people their flowers while they're still here, period. So shout out to birthdays, your children, everything else like that. Shout out my son again, and happy birthday, Sultan Jones. So going back to what I was going to talk about the second time, and this is just going to be there. Cheyenne Bryant, who's been a life coach or something like that, has come under fire as far as the doctor in front of her name, that she is not a doctor.
You taking up for her because she look good?
I'm not taking up for it because you look good. I'm not trying to tear the sister down either, but I think that there's bigger issues than we have in our system. Now, saying that what she said when she went on,
because Corey Holcomb been called her out. She was on Joe Budden, then
right.
She was on Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me hear what you got. Did you do your research?
I did my research.
Let me hear what you got to say.
Here's the thing about that. The thing about it is like, just like, people claiming these roles and things of that nature, if you want to listen to them, you can. If you want to listen to their advice, you can. And maybe she's a smart sister that has wonderful advice. But the thing about it is like, if you saying, well, I lost the university, that's like, if we going to call out Dr. Umar for not building the school.
It's up, though.
It's up now. About time.
14 years.
14 years of all that. If it's up, it's up. But the thing about it is, we're going to call out Dr. Umar. We're going to call out Miss Bryant.
Well, Dr. Umar, a real doctor.
Right. So the thing about it is like, doctor of what, though?
He's a doctor of psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't hate on Dr. Umar.
Here's the thing. Well, he's hating a lot of stuff that I believe in, but that's beside the point. But here's the thing with Cheyenne Bryant. I'm not hating on the sister because she's a sister. No, I'm not about to be you just another black man tearing down another black woman. No, I'll uplift African American women on this show. Trust me. Like I said, our story, our power by New Voices, the Cleveland listening session is going to be ran by two African American women, strong African American women. The mobilization director of New Voices, Shelley Hunt, and Chinene Nakimre, co-founder of Enlightened Solutions, along with other African American voices, women that are going to be there. But the thing about it is, you don't have to fake it. A lot of people say fake it till you make it. If you don't have the credentials or something happened, you just don't have to put the doctor in front of your name. That's sensible. I'm not going to listen. Well, this happened and that happened, and a lot of people are doing this and blah, blah, blah. And the thing about it is like, I ain't going to be like Corey, and, Corey like dogging people, period, point blank. That's him, and I'm still him. And, of course, Aries Fields. I'm still getting you, Aries, about what you said about Cleveland. Leave us the hell alone. But as far as I'm concerned with Miss Bryant, I'm not going to use doctor. Until proven otherwise. Now, if she has the credentials and want to show them online, things of that nature. But the thing about it is like, just like we listen to Kevin Samuels, just like we listen to Derek Jackson, just like we listen to these gurus, just like the white folks listen to Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk until Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. And I'm not going to say nothing about the dead. God bless. I'm not going to say anything bad about the dead because Charlie Kirk is gone. That's just my soul. But the thing about it is like if you follow these people, make sure that their credentials are correct before you do. I am just a black dude who is concerned from the neighborhood, from the community in Lee and Harvard that fights for the rights of people, period, point blank. I'll go out to these events. By the way, shout out to Billy L. Sharp for introducing the new flavors of McDonald's drinks, and I was out there on Thursday, supporting him, who likes to support community partners and people that actually care about us. I don't claim that I've never claimed in all my years of broadcasting, in all my years of doing this show, I am not a doctor, I am not an expert, I am just a man that cares about the people, period. And I will never be that. I will never front like I'm all that, and I'm always humble for any single listener that I have. People have called Joe Budden, Charlemagne, who is it? Corey Holcomb have called her out. I'm saying to Miss Bryant, make sure that your credentials are straight before you go out here claiming that's something that you might not be, because that's you don't want a false flag. You don't want to lie on something that you're not. Or if you have the credentials, just say that you have, there's a lot of universities and stuff like that lost funding. Look at Trump University. That was a real school. Right. There's a lot of schools that have closed down, institutions, organizations that have closed down, that were either online or in person, that are no longer in existence. I mean, I don't see Bryan and Stratton downtown no more. So what does that tell you? So is Remington College still around, T-Rex?
I'm gonna say negative.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that got degrees and stuff like that from these colleges, and make sure that some of these schools are accredited, that you can go back and get these particular degrees and things of that nature.
I think that's why they're giving her so much lack, because she probably did get a doctor's degree from Remington, but a doctor, you get a doctor's degree from Duke, or you getting a doctor's degree from Remington is a big difference.
Big difference.
She acting like she went to Yale or something. That's the thing about it is, that's the problem I have. If you did not, the thing about it is, and if you feel like that you can't go to a Power of 10 school like an Ohio State, a Duke, a Michigan, North Carolina, or even or whatever the school that you in, or Colorado, go to an HBCU. This is listen, I'm gonna push the HBCU thing for a reason, because the simple fact of the matter is, there's a system down there like a North Carolina A&T or a Howard or a Spelman or anything else like that, or a Grambling or other places that you can get your universities. If you can't afford the big boys like Cincinnati or Xavier, go somewhere where you are respected. Go somewhere where, especially if you're an African-American face, go somewhere you are respected. Josh Cribbs said if he didn't go to Kent State University, a lot of people that I know went to Kent and got great education out there. So if he didn't go to Kent to play football, or, play for the Golden Flashes as a quarterback, he would have went to an HBCU. So you got to get, the thing about it is, and there's online stuff, and now people want to go to University of Phoenix and get everything else like that. But remember, this is the day and age of information finding. People will fact find out about you, and then they will build you up just to tear your ass apart. Period. Just like Cavaliers fans. And even though the Cavaliers tore themselves, even though the Knicks did all that work by themselves, I'm still salty you can tell I'm still bitter from last night, because I watched that whole damn game. So I watched it all to the bitter end. I'm a true fan, even though I want to pluck my eyes out this morning. But let's digress. I think that sometimes we look at some things, and we don't want the people to follow to be frauds. Well, guess what? The whole goddamn people that follow MAGA, we know that Trump is not a fraud. Well, he's a fraud in some ways, but all the racist and dirty, despicable stuff that he's doing, he told you he was going to do it, and y'all still followed him anyway. Oh, well, you know, the hell with all of you that follow him. But you have to make sure that your stuff is right, especially if you're an African American. You know, I didn't think that Dr. Ruth Westheimer, the sex doctor, was actually a doctor. You know, I had to look her up online. God bless her soul. You know, some people that
don't hate on no woman that's talking about sex.
You said, but wow, I see where your mind is. But the thing is that, you know, some of these people have to be real, and you can't like people follow Charlie Kirk, and he did the one thing that I did. You know, he went on college campuses, he debated and built up a reputation for that, and trying to be like, listen, at the end of the day, you're going to have style or you're going to have substance. And I'd rather have substance than style. You know, you can have both, but I'd rather be real instead of being a hypocrite. At the end of the day, that's why I don't claim that I'm an expert at anything. I just care. I know that I am an analytical person. Even though in closeout games, analytics don't work. They don't give you victories. I am a statistical person as far as where we are at with the vote. And I preach what I preach. I'm not about to change, and I have not changed in close to 10 years. And I won't, because I want to be truthful in every stand that I take, even if it's unpopular by most people. That's why I didn't agree with the recall. And I want to bring out another thing. Also, and I didn't want to bring this up, but it just clapped my mind just now. Now, everybody knows about the movie Michael, you know,
Did you see it?
Yes, I seen it, and I will see it again soon. It was a wonderful movie. But now Netflix is coming up with a series about all the allegations that he went through and things of that nature. And it's like, it's just a money grab, because Michael Jackson was investigated by the FBI for 17 damn years for sexual abuse, essay against child molestation and porn and things of that nature. All that. The man was acquitted, found not guilty. They didn't find a damn thing. And this is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So if they've been looking for 17 years and ain't found nothing, and usually the FBI will bring up something, they ain't found nothing, why are we bringing up this documentary right now? Who is responsible for this? I am pissed at Netflix. And another reason I'm pissed at Netflix is because the dude that made that crack at the Kevin Hart roast about George Floyd, and then Kevin Hart's like, it's just a joke. But we lived, but the thing about it is and to Mr. Hart and to all the African American people that just think that they're jokes of celebrities in Hollywood, is that you're not living this every single day. You're not out here in the community living this every single day. Living the fact of the matter is that if an African American person gets pulled over by the police, that they might not make it home, period. Just like George Floyd. George Floyd just had like a fake $20 bill, and they called the police, and now the owner of the store wished they never called because he ended up dead that day in front of everybody. And we have a president right now that would give reparations to those damn rioters of January 6th. By the way, they still out here doing shit, like getting caught in sex trafficking, robbery, assaults, all that other stuff like that. Most of them have been. They ain't stayed out of trouble. Giving Trump's buddies a windfall because they support him. Meanwhile, they just still doing ill shit. And I'm just going to be real about it. That's something that I like. The thing about it is like, oh, I'll drop the $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS for exposing my taxes like every other president has to do, or every other presidential candidate. But then you go and turn around, oh, just give like $2.2 billion to my buddies. And meanwhile, he's making this whole ass gold ballroom, destroying pretty much most of the White House. I think the East Wing is pretty much gone for this ballroom that nobody can get into. He wants everything. It's like his nasty ass hotels. He wants everything on in his name. And we're looking at this. There's too many distractions. Let's focus on the real. We have a president that has gone pretty much is off the rails. And unless we get a hold of that in November and turn enough states blue, and the thing about it is like, well, the Democrats did this. I'll vote, and it's somebody, and Stephen A. Smith, the one reason that I want to say to him is like, sometimes you need to vote Republican. Why do I have to vote Republican? Because every time that I turn around, it's the red team over there that's taking away voters' rights for African Americans and other minorities. It's the Republican MAGA party that's taking away, that's redistricting everything. It's the Republican MAGA party that's doing all this dirty stuff to minorities. It's the Republican MAGA party that's taking from the poor and feeding the greedy rich. It's those people. But the Democrats have to have a perfect candidate. Because it's like, well, we as black people, we voted for the Democratic Party. And I'm not saying that the Democrats are good either. And I'm going to surprise my Democratic friends that are listening. But all I'm simply saying is looking at who's doing the dirty stuff to black people, to minorities, to African American women, to African American men, to your children, to the schools. Who's doing the dirty stuff now nationally? And let me just explain this. By the way, Vivek Ramaswamy should be banned from any single Browns game this upcoming season. Just FYI. But the thing about it is that you got to look at which party is destroying your rights and your right to breathe. And right now, I don't see the blue wave doing it. So the thing about it is like, if you got to pick a side that's going to be healthy for you. Now every Negro that goes into a certain tax bracket will say that slavery no longer exists. Now owning a human that is brown, maybe not that form, but slave labor, but to keep you down, it not only exists, it has been televised, it's in your faces, and nobody wants to see it. Slavery does exist. It's just in a different form. What did the poet Gil Scott Heron say? The revolution would not be televised? No, it's all over social media. So in a way that the revolution would not be televised. Well, parts of it have been on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok or Facebook or X, aka Twitter. But also the resistance of that revolution is also on the same thing. So we're fighting in pretty much the same war. I don't really care about, there's a bigger war, and I don't care if Cheyenne Bryan has doctor on her name or not. I know who the real crooks are, who the real enemies of the state are, and they were elected to kill us. So, yeah. Like I said, it's like we gonna pick on her because she's the topic of the day, but at the same time, we got Nicki Minaj over here, wearing a leash for the Donald. So my whole thing is stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused on the real issue. Stay focused on the real issue that's going on. Because they're just, and to all you African American people that reach celebrity status, you got to remember one thing and one thing only. You benefited from voters' rights. You benefited from our ancestors going out here and fighting for your civil rights so you can make money in this world of Caucasianism. Stephen A., your ancestors, your people that laid their lives on the line, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, made sure you had the right to go on ESPN and talk about LeBron James every chance you get, or root for your New York Knicks or your Pittsburgh Steelers or any team that you wanted to say that week. Kevin Hart, remember that people died so you can tell comedy, do comedy, that you won't be black-faced. Same thing goes for Tiffany Haddish, Cheryl Underwood, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, all the celebrities that entertain us, that there was civil rights movements and leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Adam Clayton Powell, Huey Newton, Fred Hampton, those people that laid their lives on the line, the Black Panther Party, to make sure you had a right to not only breathe but provide for your families. Do not shit on the ancestors. Do not spit on those who fought for civil rights. Don't do it. Because as soon as you make a stupid statement like Nick Cannon talking about, well, this and that and the other about slavery, I will make sure that I talk about your silly asses on this program. I don't care what the Caucasian people do. They're going to do what they're going to do. Some of them will be overly racist. Some will be collegiate racist. Some people just plain out racist. Some people just collegiately racist. Some people just hidden racist, period, point blank. I don't care what they do. Because of the simple fact of the matter is, I don't expect anything from them. What I'm expecting from you is not to roll over and dog your own who have fought for rights. Period. So that's all I'm saying. It's stupid. I'm about to get out of here. Next week I will have a guest on here, but I'm glad to come back. And please, Cavaliers fans, Cleveland fans, keep hope alive as always. I know it's a disappointing season, but we got further than we usually did last year. At least we won second round knockouts, all right? So, to the memory of a hip-hop icon, speaking of entertainers, to a hip-hop icon that I grew up on, I'm going to play this Rod Bass song at the end of the show. If nobody tells you they love you today, I do. Peace, love, and hair grease. I will see y'all next week.
Right about now.
This is WNRV 108.1.
MC Raw Face and DJ Easy Rock.
Hit it.
To get down, I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because I get stupid, I mean outrageous. Stay away from me if you're contagious, cause I'm the winner, no not a loser. To be an MC is what I choose. Ladies love me, girls adore me, I mean even the ones who never saw me, like the way that I rhyme at a show. The reason why, man, I don't know, so let's go, cause listen up, cause it's gonna keep you in step. I got an idea that I wanna share. You don't like it, so what? I don't care. I'm number one, the uno, I like calm. Bring all the suckers, cause all of them I'll stomp. Won't neglect, but I will protect all of my followers, cause all I want is respect. I'm not a boxer, but the man who rocks ya. A slick brother that can easy outfox ya. Cause I'm Bob, the last name Basis. And over mic, I'm known to be the freshest. So let's start, it shouldn't be too hard. I'm not a sucker, so I don't need a bodyguard. I won't fess, wear bulletproof vest. Don't smoke Buddha, can't stand sex, yes. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. It takes two to make a thing go right. position that the bass is in. I'm kinda stingy, that's why I don't wanna win. A funky rhyme to a folk or a good friend. Listen up, cause I want you to comprehend. Cause I'm the leader, the man, superior. I take curia and then you get worrier. So just sit, my rhymes are not counterfeit. The record sells, which makes this one a hit. It won't hurt to listen to Red Alert. Take off the shirt, make sure it don't hit the dirt. I like the kids, the guys, the girls. I won't get done cause this is raw-based world. I'm on a mission, you better just listen to my rhymes cause I'm all about dissing cause
It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight.
I stand alone, don't need anyone cause I'm raw, just came to have fun. Don't need friends that act like foes cause I'm raw-based, the one who knows about things that make you get weary. Don't cheer me, just hear me out, cause I got the clout. Shout! Before I turn the party out, I won't start up, project my voice, speak clearly, so you can be my choice on stage or on record. Go to the Wiz and select it. Take it off the rack, if it's whack, put it back. I like the Whopper, the Big Mac. If you want static, so let's go. So, throw up your hands, go for what you know. Bro, I got it